Introduction. Ladies and gentlemen, you must have come to know by now that this conference has been purposefully called upon to brood over the declaration of conversion which I made recently. The subject of conversion is very dear to me. According to me, the whole of your future depends upon this subject. I have no hesitation in saying that you have clearly understood the gravity of this problem. Had it not been so, you would not have assembled here in such large numbers. I am very happy to see this gathering. Since the time of the declaration of conversion, our men have conducted several meetings at various places and expressed their views and opinions, which I hope must have reached you. But we have had no opportunity so far to gather and to discuss and decide the problem of conversion at one place. I was much more concerned for such an opportunity. You will all agree that planning is very necessary for making the movement of conversion a success. Conversion is not a child's game. It is not a subject of entertainment. It deals with how to make man's life successful. Just as a boatman has to make all necessary preparation before he starts on a voyage, so also we have to make such preparation. Without preparation, it will be impossible to reach the other shore. But just as the boatman does not collect luggage unless he gets an idea of the number of passengers boarding the boat, so also is the case with me. Unless I get an idea as to how many persons are willing to leave the Hindu fold, I cannot start preparation for conversion. When I expressed to some workers of Bombay that I would not be able to judge the public opinion unless we meet at a conference, they shouldered the responsibility of this conference voluntarily without putting up any excuse about expenses and labor. What pains they had to take has already been described by our revered leader and the president of the reception committee, Sri Ravji Dagduji Dolas, in his speech. I am extremely indebted to the reception committee of the conference for arranging the meeting after making such strenuous efforts. Some people may raise an objection as to why the conference is called with the participation only of the Mahars. If the declaration of conversion is meant for all the untouchables, why has a meeting of all the untouchables not been convened? Before starting the discussion on the issues before the conference, I feel it obligatory to reply to these questions. There are various reasons for convening a conference of the Mahars alone. Firstly, neither any safeguards nor any social rights are to be demanded from the Hindus through this conference. The only question before this conference is what should be done for the betterment of our life, how to carve out the path for our future life. This question can be solved and needs to be solved by the respective castes separately, discussing it through their respective conferences. This is one of the reasons why I have not called a conference of all the untouchables. There is another reason for convening a conference of Mahars alone. About 10 months have passed since the declaration of conversion was made. During this period, sufficient efforts have been made to awaken the public conscience. I felt that this was the proper time to judge the public opinion. In my opinion, the holding of meetings of each caste separately is the simplest way to judge the opinion. In order to materialize the problem of conversion, it is very necessary to judge the public opinion. And I believe the public opinion, judged through the meetings of each caste separately, will be more representative and reliable than the opinion arrived at through a common meeting of all the untouchable castes. In order to avoid this situation and to ensure the knowledge of public opinion, this meeting of Mahars alone has been called. Although other communities are not included, they will not be at a loss. If they do not intend to convert, they have no reason to regret their not being included in this conference. If at all they wish to leave their religion, nothing can come in their way simply because they have not participated in this conference. The other communities, like the Mahars, are free to hold meetings and express their public opinion. I would advise them to hold such meetings, and whatever help is needed from me shall be extended to them to the best of my capacity. This much is enough as introduction. Now I turn to the main subject. For a common man, this subject of conversion is important as well as difficult to understand. It is equally difficult to grasp the subject. It is not an easy task to satisfy the common man on the subject of conversion. I realize that unless you're all satisfied, it is difficult to bring the idea of conversion into reality. I shall therefore try my level best to explain the subject as simply as possible.